Hi everyone, today I'm sharing a process video for a layout I made for the August GoGo Getaway Cybercrop, and I created this beautiful mood board to use as inspiration. So I've pulled out a few patterned papers from the 49 and Market Vintage Artistry Anywhere collection to use, and I've also got this compass cut file from Pear Tree Cut Files. So I'm just painting that in penny acrylic paint from Dina Wakley. It's a metallic kind of coppery colour. So I'm not painting all of this because the bottom is going to be tucked under my photo. So I'm using a photo from a pre-wedding photo shoot we had a few weeks ago, so I wanted to use that. Kind of liked how the colours were similar in it, with the rocks in the background, to some of the colours in the mood board. So it's quite a muted mood board with lots of creams and greens and kind of brown tones. There's also this nice pinky colour in some of the bits, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to take inspiration from the tents that are on the mood board and create kind of a little flap of patterned paper. So I'm just rolling the edge up of this one, and then I'm going to stick it down to the white background cardstock. I'm just sticking that down where I want it, and you can see I've got that little overlap, and now I'm just working out where I want my photo to go, because there's some maps on the mood board. I'm just adding my photo that I've already backed on one patterned paper onto this kind of map piece of ephemera. It's quite a large piece that comes in the like die cut set. You'll see I spend a lot of time in this video fiddling about with this rolled end of patterned paper, because it's such a thick, good quality patterned paper. It really doesn't want to bend at all, and so I do spend quite a bit of time fiddling about with it. So I've also just added some stitching, as you can see, around the pink and also along the bottom of the photo. Just working out where I want that compass to sit, because I want it there as part of like the design, but I don't want it to take over the page because it's quite a large photo. I want that to be the main aspect of the layout. So that it's not stuck directly onto the plain background, I'm just backing part of the cut file with vellum. Again, this is a small piece of vellum, so and I'm just backing part of the cut file because the bottom section is going to be tucked behind the photo. So I start off with it kind of quite vertical on the layout, but then I do change it so that it's kind of sticking off more of the corner. I'm just adding some foam pads so that it's the photo mat's not stuck flush to the compass. It's got a bit of definition. I'm going to use that adventure as part of my title, so I'm just sticking that on the bottom of the photo. So I have also just marked out a rough area on my layout where that main area of decoration is going to go, and I'm going to add some watercolour in blues to the background, some paint. So I'm just using a large brush and quickly adding kind of a wash of different coloured blues and adding in a bit of a greeny colour to pull in the blues that are in that mood board. So I've just literally added a quick wash. I'm using marshmallow cardstock, so it does take the paint quite well, and then just adding some splatters of the same colours. So I've added a peg, you can see, to the bottom to try and get that rolled bit of pattern paper to stick down how I want it. Just worked out that I needed a little bit more paint at the top, so I've added that, and now I will put it to one side to dry. So now it's dry, I'm just sticking my main area down. So as you can see, most of that blue has actually been covered up. You can just see the kind of edges of it and the splattered area. I've gone through the die cut set and I'm just working out which bits I want to use. There's some nice small little tags in this collection. And I really like this circular die cut that says right here, right now, and I just think that pulls in there's like a bunting of circular lights, so I quite like adding that shape to this layout to kind of emulate those. And again, I've just added a foam dot behind the cut file at the top to hold it back in place. And then I've just added that dark blue chipboard sticker to pull in the dark blue again from the adventure title. So I'm gonna use adventure awaits. So I think the quote on the mood board says let's go on adventures, so that's why I've used the adventure perspective from Bramble Fox on this layout. And I'm just using these small Amy Tan thickers to add the awaits in like it's almost a bit of a pearlescent white, so it does stand out nicely on the top of that blue paint. So I've got this older globe white perspective. Again, it's round, so it pulls in those round aspects, but it also ties in the maps that are on the mood board. There's quite a lot of string and thread on the mood board with various different elements, so with the light bunting, and also there's a jar of lights. So I'm going to add some thread in and around the layout. So I've just added some to the top of the compass, a bit like the twigs sticking out the top of the TP tent that's there. And then I'm just adding kind of some twine in a curly pattern to the bottom again, so that they're a bit like those lights that are there. I'm just adding little dots of glue to hold that in place. Pulled out these kind of quite plain but pearlescent sequins from Little Things by Lucy. I love little collections, and I've ordered quite a few ready to use on my wedding album. So I'm just adding them in and around, and again the white circles pull in that bunting of lights. And now I've got some brown colours just to pull in some cork hearts. These are pear tree pieces. They're quite a new embellishment that she started creating, so I've added a few of them in hearts. So there's not really hearts on the mood board, but it gives me kind of that kind of feel, so that's why I've added them. I'm just adding some dots of Nouveau drops here and there on the layout, particularly around that twine at the bottom and the cluster at the top right hand corner. So I thought I'd finished this layout, and then I looked at it a day later and just felt like it was missing something in that top left hand corner, so I decided to pull out the ephemera pieces and add another cluster there, so it creates kind of a triangle for your eyes to look at. So I'm just adding some tags, a bit more vellum under that frame, and then I do add some more twine just curled up into a circle underneath the tag. I'm just trimming off the edges and adding all my bits of embellishment. So I've just tucked that twine under the tag that I've popped it up on foam pads, and then again to pull it into the rest of the layout I'm adding another one of those cork pear tree pieces in a heart shape and some more sequins, and then I will add some more Nouveau drops so it still ties it in with the rest of the layout and doesn't look like an afterthought in the end. So thank you for joining me today on YouTube. Check out the description below to find out all the links for more inspiration from GoGo Getaway and how to get involved with more Cybercrops. Please subscribe if you don't already do, and leave me any comments and I'll get back to you. Bye for now.